Hey everyone, it's Dan Charles with Light Forex. It is Friday, January 24th, and in this video I'm just going to go through the major Forex pairs: Australian, Euro, Pound, New Zealand, USDCAD, USD Yen, and we'll see how things are going to shape up for next week. Okay, let's start with the Australian USD. Okay, so last day, I looked at this on the 21st, and the one thing I said was I was still going to be bearish, but I said we got to watch these price levels because we got support at 68.40 around that area, and you can see it did bounce higher. So I was saying we might bounce higher before we come down. So both things were correct. And going forward, the low today, 68.18, close 68.25. You know, the Australian USD just looks like there's more downside on it. You can just when I talked about earlier, or in earlier videos, when we're looking at the monthly chart, I had this center line for the December month, and you can just see it was holding that and then busted through that price. So I maintain being bearish, but always look for a bounce. And now that we busted through that point, we got to look at this point now, this support level, which is around 68.09. Of course, 6800 is going to be important support as well. 6800. Yeah. 6800. So look for some support on those prices because the pattern is drop, pull up a little bit, drop, pull up, drop. You can see the pattern. This candle on the 17th, this candle on the 21st, and this candle on the 24th, they all look very, very similar. So expect a bit of a rebound. So look for that. Let's take a look at the futures. Now on the futures, you can see busted through this very important support that was made on January 8th, 68.59, busted through that price, and then busted through the low 68.53 this week. So you can just see this is a big drop. The low today, 68.23. Important price around this level down here, which is 68.17. But yeah, just like I said with the Australian USD, the pattern is drop, pull up, or you might pull up before you continue going lower. Okay, Euro USD, last day I said I was bearish as well going forward. I did talk about the support levels though. This low, 1.1086, and you can see the next day, here's the 21st when I made the video, I said we might get a bit of a bounce. So you can see we got a rebound on the 22nd, and then yesterday, the 23rd, we came up, we hit a high of 1108, and then back down. And now you can just see that pattern. Big drop on the 17th, pulls up, big drop on the 23rd, and another big drop today. Not much of a rebound. Now the one thing you got to look at is the support at 1020. And this has been such a big drop. You know, I got to maintain being bearish, but I'm expecting a little bit of a rebound. Look for some potential resistance at 1040. Yeah, but that's how I would play that, because you can see here the low here, 1040. So that matches exactly up with where there was support at that price on this move up. So look for resistance on that price. Obviously, if it busts through, could be a buying opportunity. because this really is due for a rebound. And like I pointed out, the support at 1020. Let's take a look at the Euro futures. Yeah, Euro futures, big drops. Yeah, this is really looking like a rebound is in order come next day. Weekly chart is definitely setting up bearish. And I just talked about before with the monthly. You look at the monthly chart on the Euro futures, and we're very sideways. We're up for the month of October, down for the month of November, up for December, and here we are dropping for January. So that's very choppy. Obviously, this being a monthly chart, there's still moves to be had when you're trading intraday or even just off a daily chart. But overall, we're very sideways on the euro. But yeah, I'm expecting a bounce. Look for a rebound. Let's take a look at the 240. Yeah, it's definitely looking bearish on the 240. 60. Yeah, well, we're definitely looking bearish, but I'm expecting a rebound on the Euro USD. Okay, on to the pound. Okay, so we looked at this on the 21st. I said we were pretty choppy on this one. We're very choppy. We're down, we're up, we're down, we're up. We're just going sideways. It looked to me like there was more upside. It did go up higher, then we became overextended. We had to pull back to the moving average, which happened today. And going forward, it's very choppy on this one. It does look like there's more downside. If you're looking at the weekly chart, you can see we put in another lower high, but we're putting in a higher low as well, and we're still holding this low, this 1.2905 low. I'm going to maintain being mixed on the pound USD. I just don't see it. When you're going sideways like this, it's very dangerous to try to pick a direction, because I can really make a case for both up or down in this scenario. But let's take a look at the pound futures. Maybe it looks more clear. One thing you can point out is isn't the best trend line. You can put some trend lines. Clearly we're trending up, but we're also trending down. Really just going sideways, just like I pointed out. So you really want to see a break above this trend line. And we do have that support just based on the weekly 1.2996 support price. Yeah, looking at this, it's looking more like there's more upside. I could see a break coming on Monday, but I'm going to maintain being neutral, even though it looks like we could go bullish. Okay, New Zealand USD. So where do we look at this? Right here on the 21st, I talked about this support. I talked about this low here, 65.84. I said I was bearish. I thought it would go lower, but this support held, and you got this nice rebound on the 23rd, back up to the moving average. And then today was kind of just obviously a bearish day. But the key thing is still holding this mid-level that I drew in a while ago, and that low is 65.81. We're still holding that on the monthly chart. So although this is a very bearish candle today, we got support hit the previous 2 days. So you can see here we got a low of 65.81. That same low, 65.81, was hit the very next day, and then you get this rebound. So yeah, looking at the weekly chart here, you can just see we quite bullish in December. January we've been pulling back. See if this can set up and continue that uptrend that we had here. Of course, you want to see it bust through some very important price levels. 66.36 would be an important price to see it break above. 66.50 as well. Let's take a look at the futures. Yeah, looking at the futures, it's definitely looking to me more like it's got some more upside. And the futures were actually green for the week, and holding that mid-level on the futures for the monthly chart as well. Let's take a look at a 240-minute chart. Clearly trending lower, but definitely very choppy lately. Basically, since my last analysis, we've been very, very choppy. Obviously, moving more up than down, but sideways. I'm anticipating more upside on the New Zealand early next week. Okay, USDCAD. Okay, USDCAD, I looked at this here on the 21st. I was leaning more bullish. But what did I say? If you watched my video, I said we might pull back before we turn around and continue this uptrend. It's exactly what happened. You can see here we came down, we hit a low of 30.36 and then back up, and I talked about this price level here, 30.79. I wanted to see that bust through. Big breakout through on the 22nd. And then very bearish candle yesterday, and surprisingly, so far at least, very small pullback, especially when you consider how overextended we are after a big rangy candle like this, and then just the response on the 23rd. Normally this would probably pull back a little bit more. Still can do. The key is going to be this high made on Thursday, and that was 1.3172. It's just going straight up though. I'm leaning more towards this pulling back before it continues the move to the upside. But let's take a look at the Canadian dollar, because maybe we'll see something a little bit different here. So here's that big drop in the Canadian dollar, just the opposite we just saw on the USDCAD. Big move up, breaking through this support price around 76.465. But here we are. We came to these next levels I drew in, 76.005 and 75.900. So far it's holding those price levels. Yeah, I just this to me looks like there could be more of a rebound after such a big drop. I would expect a little more upside. You can see the weekly chart support was hit at that low, 75.945, 75.945. Look for a rebound on the Canadian dollar and some more downside on the USD CAD. Let's take a look at the 240. 240 is definitely looking more bearish. The 60 is definitely looking more bearish, but you see that support on the 60-minute at 76.025. Clearly trending down. Yeah, it just, to me, it looks like you can see this support, this price in here. There's that 76.025, 76.025. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards some more upside on the USD CAD, or on the Canadian dollar. So some more downside on the USD CAD. Okay, lastly, USD yen. USD yen, I was expecting this to drop. I said that in my last video, and big drop happened. I did talk about this former resistance price around 109.68, 109.70, 71. Watch for any sort of support on that price. This was resistance, now it would be support. Well, it clearly busted through that support price last day. And then today, the low, 109.17, closing 109.25. Okay, so It's really looking like there's more downside, but I'm expecting a bit of a rebound. Yeah, look for a rebound next day. Let's take a look at the yen futures though. Yeah, the yen futures, this is looking to me like, even though there's support, you can see support, the same low as hit, 0.091475. 2 days in a row, that same price level was hit. But this to me looks like I'm expecting some downside. It's clearly looking more bullish. You can see that support down at the lows, 0.091.005. Definitely looks like it's bottomed out, but I'm expecting this to come back before it continues going up. Let's look at this center line here, 91.620 for a support. Maybe it comes down, hits support around that price, continues to move up. Obviously, this support that was hit the last 2 days, we need to pay attention to that, of course. But I'm expecting this to pull back. Okay, that is the breakdown for the weekend of January 24th, 25th, and 26th. Please subscribe to the channel. Sign up for a demo account in the link below this video. And thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.